Our Conservative colleagues, they can't be serious. This motion today, it must be a joke. 2 days ago, they presented an opposition motion saying this House no longer has confidence in the government.
This guy's garage. Like and subscribe.
Business of Supply debate on the opposition motion. Standing in the name of Mr. Berthold, confidence in the government. Mr. Berthold, seconded by Mr. Albus, moves that, given that, after 9 years, the government has doubled housing costs, taxed food, punished work, unleashed crime, and is the most centralizing government in Canadian history, the House has lost confidence in the government and offers Canadians the option to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. The Honourable Member for Mégantic-l'Érable. Madam Speaker, there was a time in Canada when young people, all young people, could have hope for the future, that one day they would have their own home, their own place to call home, a place where they could raise their families. There was a time when young people could dream about a good future for their children. Young people dreamt that their children would also one day be able to have their own homes, be homeowners, and live in a country where they can make their dreams come true, reach their full potential, be who and how they wanted to be, whether they were born in Canada or elsewhere. Unfortunately, though, Madam Speaker, none of that is the case anymore today.
Why is he parroting the same talking points as his leader, who's not honest with Canadians? Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Honourable Member for Mégantic-l'Érable. Point of order, Madame la Présidente? To say that a member of this House is not honest is not parliamentary, Madam Speaker. I would ask the Government House Leader to take back her words.
Government Deputy House Leader.
On that point of order, Madam Speaker, it would be entirely appropriate to reference the fact that the Leader of the Opposition did not make a speech on this, which is what was said. So that is part of a point of order on this, and I would suggest that you reflect on that.
Sorry, I just another point of order. The honourable member for Timmins, James Bay.
Well, I'm very concerned, and my personal thing is we have a leader of the opposition who wants to bring down the government, and he's missing. I'm just worried something happened to him. Maybe he got stuck at Dairy Queen this morning. Should we send out a...
Again, I just want to order... I have another point of order. The honourable member for Battle River Crowfoot.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Just to point out that the member from Kingston and the Islands hasn't given a speech since he was forced to retract and apologize a statement that he made on Twitter. So it's quite ironic that he would be criticizing who is giving a speech legitimately as a member of the opposition.
Point of debate. In order for this House to function properly, we need members to be debating the legislation that's before the House. We need to make sure that that they are careful with the wording that they use. I do want to remind members they're not able to say indirectly what they can't say directly. So I would just ask the honourable member, the honourable government House Leader, to withdraw that comment.
Speaker, I withdraw it with regards to the individual in question, but not with regards to how they are speaking about the policy.
I would just ask the honourable member to withdraw. That's all I ask, with no explanation.
Withdrawn. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.
It's always an honour to rise in this place and join in debate on behalf of the good people of Central Okanagan, Similkameen, Nicola. Now, I particularly appreciate the speech by the MP for Mégantic-l'Érable. He's made many good points that I hope to follow on. Madam Speaker, our motion today, and it's a serious one, that given after 9 years, the government has doubled housing costs, taxed food, punished work, unleashed crime, and is the most centralizing government in Canadian history, the House has lost confidence in the government and offers Canadians the option to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime. Now, I have to say, though, I did not know about this particular opposition motion until recently. I came to this topic well prepared today. Back home in my riding, I write a weekly MP report to my constituents, as I'm certain many others in this place do as well. For the past few weeks, I wrote extensively about this particular topic as I knew, we all knew, it would be coming up in this place. Back on September 4th, I of course wrote about the leader of the NDP tearing up his agreement with this Liberal government. When it came to answering the obvious question on what this would mean that we would have an election, here's what I wrote. And I quote, "The NDP can, and I suspect likely will, continue to vote with the Liberal government." Well, it's almost like I'm psychic, Madam Speaker. I mean, who could have possibly predicted that the NDP leader would continue to stand with this Liberal government after this great theatrical performance of tearing up the agreement?
Madam Speaker, imagine a member of Parliament who spent 20 years of his life in this place, and they repeat slogans, build the homes, but the only plan that he can come up with is a NIMBYism line for people to call for not in my backyard. I'm just wondering, how many homes is that going to build? And the point is, Madam Speaker, if you want to go into an election, you got to show Canadians a plan. 5 lines is not a plan. So I'm asking him, a phone line, how many homes is that going to build for Canadians?
The Honourable Member Central Okanagan Similkameen Nicola.
Madam Speaker, I will remind the member in 2015 when the then third-party leader presented his complete platform. It was during the election campaign at a press conference where he couldn't actually debate with other parliamentarians. We've been putting out exactly the direction that we believe that this government should be going in. And you know what, Madam Speaker? He talks about building homes. For my own, in my own home province, in Kelowna proper, they've signed an agreement for the so-called housing accelerator. Madam Speaker, I've looked through the plan that this Liberal government and this housing minister has championed. Madam Speaker, there is not one reference to building a home. It says you can build bike lanes with it. It says you can build sewage or sewer facilities to plug into housing, or even a bridge. Madam Speaker, they're essentially giving more money to the people that are not actually building the homes. Housing starts in BC are down 34%. Madam Speaker, how can this member stand up and say that they have any moral authority on housing?